Hello and welcome. It is UFC Fight Night, Santos versus Hill. This is going to be an interesting card because there's a lot of favorites here. So let's get right into the main event here. Thiago Santos versus Jamal Hill. What are you guys thinking?
I think I think Santos is washed up, man. Ever since that John Jones fight, where I actually kind of thought he beat John Jones, like low key, but ever since that John Jones fight, blew out his knee, and then just had some like couple bad performances, and then like other than just like a win over Johnny Walker, which was also a bad performance either way. Like I just feel like he's lost all explosiveness. He's a lot more conservative now, like way more boring. I just feel like Jamal Hill's that next guy. I could totally see him like getting up to the rankings and potentially fighting for a title. Even I'm in on Jamal Hill, so I'm I got Jamal Hill on this one.
I'm with Josh all the way on this. I think it's just Thiago Santos is just getting pretty up there in years, and Jamal Hill is like that new rising contender. And typically, we know how that kind of ends up. Also, just stylistically, like Santos with his relative lack of explosion now doesn't really pose too many problems for Hill. And yeah, I think Hill's an obvious favorite for a reason.
I'm going to disagree with you on that obvious lack of explosion. He's still as explosive as he ever is. He just doesn't, you know, go very hard. I mean, he dropped Magomed Ankalaev like twice
He's
there.
explosive. Yeah, but he only explodes like once a fight. So
He dropped Glover twice. So, I mean,
Yeah, the Glover fight was good.
yeah. So,
when
like,
was that?
what?
When was that?
I don't
That
know.
was after John. That was the fight after John Jones.
Yeah, that was a year and a half ago. And then after he just fought against Rakic. But the thing is that explosiveness is what gives Thiago Santos his chance here, because everybody respects that power, and if they don't, they all of a sudden have to respect it immediately. You've seen Johnny Walker respected, you see Magomed respected, Rakic and Glover respected, and John Jones respected it too. The one thing that has me against Jamal Hill, but I'm still gonna go with him, is his fight IQ, man. Like, I can honestly see a scenario where he's just like, I'm not gonna respect this old man, and then he just gets knocked out. Because I mean, he did the worst game plan against Paul Craig. He's like, I'm gonna go into your guard and grapple you. I could see Jamal Hill going, all right, I'm gonna go here, go for the quick finish. And Thiago Santos is an experienced counterpuncher. He could just put the lights out of him very, very quickly. So I think that there is some value in Thiago Santos via KO. But I think ultimately, like Jamal Hill, I mean, he's the smart money for the reason. He's probably like a minus 400 on the live odds, I imagine. So yeah,
yeah, like a minus 310.
yeah. So I would still go with Jamal Hill, but maybe a dollar or two or some money on like Thiago Santos to be a knockout, because I could see a world where that happens.
Actually, I'm thinking the value here is actually in the decision, and if you want to go spicy, Jamal Hill by decision, I like that a lot. I think I just feel like Thiago Santos at this point in his career has a habit of making like fights boring, and like against Ankalaev, like he had that knockdown against Ankalaev, but otherwise it was a pretty uneventful fight. Like he fights very conservative, and then the Walker fight was a snooze fest. Rakic fight was a snooze fest. I think you're right. Like people still respect Thiago Santos' power for good reason, and I think Jamal Hill will respect his power, and I don't think he will take as many chances as he would like against Johnny Walker. So I I'm feeling a decision in this one, just based on those reasons. I think Thiago Santos will make it a boring fight, and so Hill will probably just outpoint him at range.
I don't know about the fight IQ of Jamal Hill. Is the only reason why I probably just have this to not go the decision. I could see him just wanting to get that highlight reel knockout, because it's been a while since. I mean, Thiago Santos is tough to put down. I honestly can't remember the last time. Um,
Yeah, he's very durable.
yeah,
That's why I like the decision. I
that's fair. Yeah, I could see that. I think I'd still go with Jamal Hill. He's also a bigger guy. I think he's an actual lightweight versus Thiago Santos, who's a blown up middleweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Move on.
So we got all of us going with Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill for the pick. Now we got Vicente Luque versus Jeff Neal. What do we think?
I like Luca here. I think he's For lack of a better explanation, he's better everywhere. I want to say like he has more power, a lot more power. Magny might have crisper striking, but when Luka hit, he really hurts you, and Magny doesn't.
Jeff Neal.
Jeff Neal.
No, Jeff Neal. I'm sorry, I keep confusing them all the time. Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal doesn't really hurt you like that, where like Luka rocks your shit. But and then Luka's obviously dangerous as fuck on the ground with the submissions. You don't really want to grapple with unless you're Bilal Muhammad. But yeah, I just think Luka is better in the right areas. I don't really see what Jeff Neal like does to. I mean, I guess he could do the Wonder Boy approach of like stay on the outside, poke at him, prod at him, keep Luka away from him. But I don't think Jeff Neal is prime Wonder Boy. So yeah, I think Luka takes it. I don't really know how, so I would not pick any type of prop because Luka can win any of the three ways. But Luka at -188, I like it for a parlay.
Yeah, I think Luke is good. I think the problem is that, and this is something that Josh brought up last time, which is a really good point, is this fight IQ doesn't seem to be very good. Against Bilal Muhammad, if he had just learned to cut off the cage a little bit, he probably would have beaten him. But he never changed from the game plan. Same thing with the Wonder Boy, where again he kind of got outpointed, and well, he got dropped several times, but still. But with that said, Jeff Neal, I don't think he has the fight IQ to stop. To not engage with Sensei Luke in a brawl. I think that they're gonna just keep on like punching each other, and this will be a fight of the night contender. But the Sensei Luke wins those types of fights.
Yeah. You know, I really want to pick Luke here. I just feel like this is a very 50-50-ish fight, very very close, and like given the fact that Luke is like -1 something, like -180-ish, I just rather take Jeff Neal as the underdog. I think Luke, like he does win these sort of like barn burner like brawls, but they're very close all the time. Like, you know, against like Randy Brown, he ended up finishing him, but it was close. Nico Price, like against Nico Price, it was like very close all the way up until he finished him. And like Jeff Neal's better than those guys. So I don't know. I like Luke. I just think his fight IQ is really bad. And he's always in close fights that, you know, if it goes to decision, who knows? So I would just rather take the underdog in Jeff Neal.
I see your reasoning again. I think, you know, when you brought up him versus Bilal, I didn't really believe low fight IQ, but just seeing how bad he did against Bilal, who is just the creative fighter that you see. I mean,
yeah.
If he just changed his game plan a little, he would have beaten Bilal, but he didn't. So I see where you're coming from, but I ultimately think Jeff Neal is the type to get into these firefights, and then he's just not going to come out on top. Luque has a god tier chin, so yeah.
Yeah, it's possible, but yeah, I think also like Bilal kind of like revealed the game plan to beat Luque, like kind of just like.
Jeff Neal is not a really good grappler.
Well, he didn't even necessarily like. Bilal was beating him in the striking just by like using lateral movement and like picking his shots, and like Luque really found it hard to like land against that. And so if Jeff Neal could maybe employ some sort of game plan similar where he just like sticks and moves, then I could see him. You know, he could win a striking battle against Luque. So yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I just don't think Jeff Neal is going to employ that type of game plan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Neal would have to have like the fight IQ to like be like he'd have to go like rangy kickboxing mode and just like use his movement to like fuck Luque up. But I think he'll likely that they tag each other once or twice and they start throwing him.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right, so we're split on the pick here. Me and Dermer got Vicente Luque, the man who's going to beat Usman, and then Jeff Neal for Josh. All right, so let's just we're just going to skip over these two.
Speaking of Usman.
Oh, there you go. That was a transition. Muhammad Usman versus Zach Pouga. Let's just spend like 15 seconds on this fight. I don't think any of us have watched The Ultimate Fighter. Muhammad Usman.
His brother just has no talent at all.
Yes.
like Kamaru Usman just like took all the talent in the womb and left none for Usman.
There you go. And I also just think that siblings tend to be disappointments compared to their, counterparts. I think the only ones who seem to do all right are the Diaz brothers and the Ducaus brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could see Muhammad Usman being a disappointment and losing to Zach Peruga, who was a pretty big favorite, minus 235.
Yeah. All right. We spent too much time on this fight. Let's keep going.
Cool. Juliana Miller versus Brogan Walker here. This is another Ultimate Fighter one here. I'm going to go with Juliana Miller because her nickname's The Killer versus Brogan the Bear Walker. So, there you go.
All right.
I don't know who those people are, so let's move on to the
Okay,
next
so
fight.
now we actually got somebody we know. Augusto Sakai versus Sergey Spivak here. So,
I really, as a dog, let me just say that. Let me just point that out there. I really like Sakai as a dog.
why?
I don't think. Okay, I mean, it's heavyweight, so like shit can happen. Like whenever I see like a plus 200 at heavyweight, and they're guys we tend to throw them. It's always intrigues me. Also, like Augusto Sakai he's solid. Like he's not bad at all. Like he's a good fighter. Like if you look at who he loses to, like it's actually legit motherfuckers. Like he's beaten people that have beaten Spivak. Spivak's last fight where he fought Greg Hardy. Didn't Greg Hardy clip him and then he knocked Greg Hardy's ass out?
Augusto Sakai? He's on a 3-fight losing streak.
Oh, Spivak.
Oh. Yeah, he knocked it. He ground and pounded. He like gassed him. Yeah, he like gassed him and pop.
Yeah.
So, and then yeah, like you said, Lorenzo, I actually think I like the fact that Sakai's on a 3-fight losing streak because like he's gonna have some urgency, and this will be, I think Spivak's gonna be the lowest quality person he fought in that streak. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I like Sakai dog. I think plus 196 is a little too high for him.
Sergey Spivak is going to absolutely destroy Augusto Sakai. Augusto Sakai came in with some good skills. He came to the UFC like pretty much undefeated, but then he came up against Alistair Overeem, who just changed the man. Ever since he went against Alistair Overeem and got destroyed, he just hasn't looked the same. He still has some power, but the fact that he get grappled, no, that's not going to work against Sergey Spivak. Do you remember what Sergey Spivak did to Greg Hardy on the ground? He's going to do the same to Augusto Sakai, who probably won't even stand up. Augusto Sakai probably has more power, but I think the polar bear, the most dangerous bear, is going to eat Sakai up.
Man, Greg Hardy sucks. He can't grapple. Of course, he got taken down.
Augusto Sakai got taken down by Alistair Overeem, my dude. He has no wrestling.
Josh is better at grappling than Greg Hardy.
But I'm saying Augusto Sakai, he got taken down by Overeem and just held there. Like, he's not good at wrestling.
Man.
Well, I do think that, Spivak's going to have a harder time taking down Sakai than he did against Greg Hardy. That's for sure. I don't know. I'm not. I don't mind a Augusto Sakai underdog here. I just feel like this could be a buy low opportunity on him just because, he's not a 3-fight losing streak, but he's got knocked out the last 2 times. I don't think Spivak's the type of guy to like KO you on the feet. So, I mean, if Sakai could like utilize that grappling, then sure. But I think Sakai's anti-grappling is not bad. I mean, Alistair Overeem's kind of turned himself into a grappler like later into his career, so it's not like a disappointment that he got out wrestled by Overeem, I think.
Yeah, but fair enough. If you guys think, I just think that Augusto Sakai, I don't know what happened after Overeem did it, but he's just different.
He fought good people. He's a fucking beast because he's fighting Greg Hardy.
Sure.
That might be it. Yeah. All right. I'm in on a Sakai underdog.
We are splitting the picks between Sakai and Spivak. Let me do this.
I have plus 200. That's a vibe.
Let me do this one here because you guys don't know about the women too much. Ariana Lipsky, the Queen of Violence, versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Ariana Lipsky is just the better fighter here. It's as simple as that. Priscilla Cachoeira, she's best known for taking a beating more than anything. And so Ariana Lipsky, she's a very, what's the word? We'll say entertaining fighter for the women's division, because her fights tend to not always go to decision. So I could see her just beating Priscilla Cachoeira, and I honestly like her as a parlay piece. And at minus 165, those are the type of odds I like.
There we go.
All right.
I just know Caceres is the girl who got destroyed by Shevchenko for the title, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And Lipsky's hot, so I'm going with Lipsky.
And remember, Priscilla arguably lost against Ji-Yeon Kim. This one we might spend the most time on. Michael Olajszek versus Sam Alvi, guys. The legendary Sam Alvi. What do you guys think?
I think Sam Alvi has to lose just for the culture.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Olajszek is clearly the favorite here. Although it's a very heavy favorite, which is spooky to me because I feel like Sam Alvi is still dangerous at this point in his career. You know, he's had some competitive fights, even though he's lost all of them. You know.
So the thing is, like, I think God is just against Sam Alvi at this point.
Yeah,
I don't think you can argue with God.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you
So
can't.
this fight.
I'm a big fan of Olajszek. I think he's really good. So,
I think there's any value here.
I don't think there's any value in it either.
I think.
Oh damn.
What?
I was gonna say transitioning to no value. The next fight on the
Well,
card.
I think Olajszek via finish is probably the only prop you really want to do here, because Sam Alvi's trim is gone.
Worth much.
It's a record-setting fight. If Sam Alvi wins, he'll be on the longest losing streak to not be cut from the UFC. So it's a historic fight, guys.
Wait, he doesn't have that record already?
No, he's tied with BJ Penn.
Oh, the legend BJ Penn.
Yes.
Yeah, he had 7 losses and a draw.
Well, BJ Penn actually has like an excuse. Like he's a legend. Like Sam Alvi's just like a journeyman.
He's literally Sam Alvi, yeah.
Awesome. So we got
I
our.
think Sam Alvi's record is more impressive than BJ Penn's.
I mean,
And with this loss, it will definitely be more impressive.
so we're all going with Michael Olajszek, and now we have Terrence T-Rex McKinney versus the Ghost Pepper Eric Gonzalez. 155. What do we think?
Next fight, McKinney wins. Move on. Don't bet it.
I don't know about that, honestly. I think that he probably should win. My only thing is that McKinney's gonna get into a brawl, and I could see a world where the Ghost Pepper just knocks him out. Because, I mean, I could see Terrence McKinney just kind of gassing, honestly, like he's known to. So, if, Eric Gonzalez survives that first round, I could see him maybe knocking him out. But the problem is Eric Gonzalez likes to brawl, too. So, fight finishes.
Probably, I like Terrence McKinney round 1.
Yeah, if you're going to bet.
Round 1 knockout.
I
That's
don't
probably
think
good.
there's one on FanDuel, but I actually like Terrence McKinney by submission.
Does he have a lot of submission wins? Oh, I guess.
Not a bet.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, Terrence McKinney, he's really good.
Next fight.
Let's
see. We might be done. Takashi Sato versus Brian Battle. Brian Battle is probably going to win. Jason Witt, no idea. Corey McKenna going to be Mariah Gainer. Mariah Brenna Silver. Stephanie Egger. Egger's going to win, but difficult fight. Awesome.
All right, let's go to bets.
Give me a second. Let me pull down. Oh man, we're halfway through the year, guys.
We're more than halfway.
All right, go for it, man.
All right, so my bets are: I have Hill Santos to fight to start round 3. That's plus 106. I'm putting down 4 units on that. Hill by points at plus 600. I'm putting down 2 units on that. Augusto Sakai plus 196, 2 units on that, and Jeff Neal plus 146, 2 units on that.
Nice. I like that first bet. The other ones are risky, but if they go, they pay off big.
Yeah. All right.
All right, bet 1, Lipsky and Luque parlay plus. I'm gonna do 2.5 units on all these. Okay. Lipsky Luque parlay plus 135. And then I'm stealing Josh's bet. Hill and Santos to start round 3, at plus 106. Lock that one in there. And then I'm doing Augusto Sakai money line at plus 196. And then for the culture, what's my cultured bet? Let's do
Sam Alvi money line.
I mean, Sam Alvi's third round finish is probably going to be crazy.
All right, you know what? There's no money, there's no whatever for it. We'll do Jamal Hill and Luque parlay for the last one at plus 102. We'll just stay normal.
All right, then. Some pretty safe bets here. All right, let's get on here. I have Hill just straight money line minus 310. I got Hill, Luque, and I don't know who Mitch is, MICH, but Michael Olajayshek, plus 133. Lipsky and Luque 2.5, and Miller at minus 130 for 2.5. So a lot of straight bets this weekend, which I don't want to do too much math for this one. I'm busy a lot this weekend, so awesome. So those were. Oh yeah, that's your line, isn't it, Josh?
This is our cold takes. Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace, y'all.